are the best outboard out there.
The E-Tech has the lowest carbon monoxide output of any engine on the market.
And very quiet.
Faster, quieter, lighter.
Really reliable. You want to be able to get home.
E-Tech fits the bill.
Bar none. The best in the industry.
I discovered E-Tech.
Up until the early 90s, almost all outboards on the water were two-strokes. Those engines were fast and dependable, but they weren't clean enough. That's why many manufacturers turned to four-stroke design.
Four strokes have less torque, their complicated design weighs more, and they're expensive to maintain. Evinrude said, it's time for some new ideas.
Evinrude created a whole new category of engines called E-Techs, engines that run even cleaner than four strokes, but with all the power and reliability that boaters demand.
The Massachusetts Environmental Police patrols a large expanse of the New England coastline. To get better performance and reliability, the agency switched to E-Tech outboards.
The E-Tech today, in my opinion, is the best outboard out there right now. It's just incredible. We looked at all the different ones between Yamaha, Mercury, and Suzuki, and we liked the E-Tech. The E-Tech was what we're looking for. Less weight, good fuel economy, less maintenance. We could put 1,000 hours on it easy a year. Well, we do a little more than that. And I'll tell you, the guys aren't gentle, but the motors are holding up, and that's what counts.
E-Techs are designed around a single integrated vision. Evinrude calls it DQR, durability, quality, reliability.
DQR means designing an engine that will withstand the worst the marine environment can throw at you. 1, we build the E-Techs to be durable. We start with a simple, low-friction design made of the toughest components in the business. And then we leave out the parts that can give you trouble. We don't have exhaust valves, camshafts, belts, pulleys. If those parts aren't there, they just can't break down. 2, building in quality. BRP is renowned for its attention to detail, for building parts right every time. 3, these engines are reliable. E-Techs start on the first revolution. You can count on it.
Reliability also means getting all the electric power you need. The amount of amps required by today's GPS chart plotters, radars, and fish finders can easily exceed the alternator output of most engines. Not the E-Tech. E-Tech's V4s and V6s produce a full 50 net amps for all the electronics you want.
That's up to twice the available amps you get with other engines. There are no belts to break down, and if for some reason the battery should die, you can continue to run the engine right off the alternator itself.
Day in and day out, they're the most reliable engine I've ever seen.
When you're 50 miles away and you got an hour to get back, you know your motor's gonna crank.
Exactly. Here in Alaska, I would never recommend anything but an E-Tech engine.
Today, E-Techs are the engines of choice for those who depend on DQR for their livelihood.
My name is Tom Kriska. My job is delivering goods to remote Alaskan villages.
Tom's logged over 20,000 miles on the Yukon with a 90-horse E-Tech, and now he's about to repower a new boat. The four-stroke outboard it came with can't deliver either the torque or the low maintenance that Tom needs, so he's changing it out for a 225 E-Tech.
This will make my 400-mile trips much faster, and I will burn less fuel. I can't believe how far I can travel on a small fuel tank.
And he'll get the performance he wants at lower RPMs, meaning less wear on the engine. Tom's a one-man transport service. The villagers depend on him, and he depends on his E-Tech engines to run under brutal conditions.
I had owned many different motors, four-stroke and two-stroke, and I would choose the E-Tech any day.
One of the options E-Tech owners can add to their boats is Evinrude's unique iCommand, an advanced system of gauges that brings you more useful information than you ever had before.
This automatically calculates fuel range based on GPS, as well as how much fuel I have left in the tank, and by input by the engine. If I've got a spot 20 miles up the lake that I think there's fish on, and then my iCommand gauges tell me I can get there, I'm going.
Unlike four-stroke outboards, E-Techs make no compromises when it comes to performance, and that's especially true with torque.
We've come to Wisconsin Rapids to see Evinrude and 4 amateur ski teams attempt an amazing challenge.
Set up some ropes, do a couple dry land practices.
The goal, to pull the largest human pyramid in water skiing history and set a new world record. Everything rides on the skills of 48 skiers, a professional driver, and the torque of these 3 Evinrude 225 E-Tech outboards.
The torque is the pull that weight from a dead stop to get it up on the water. You got resistance on the water, it's going to hold you back, and the boat's going to have to power through it and pull you forward.
Are the E-Techs up to pulling a combined weight of 3 tons and over a mile of ski rope?
It's a lot of weight back there.
And then, can they accelerate to speed? We're about to see. And here they go. Powerful torque snaps the tow line. The variables are extreme, and with 4 dozen skiers, the timing's almost impossible to coordinate. Now, after several attempts, the teams fine-tune their start.
I think we're going to do it.
They're off quickly. And the third tier climbs into place. Here's where E-Tech's engineering really pays off, with the unbelievable power and torque needed to overcome massive resistance. And now all 4 tiers are up and the formation's complete. The 48 skiers hold for a full 20 seconds, 10 seconds longer than required by the Guinness Book of World Records. And a new world record it is.
We knew we could do it. And they had the right attitude, and we had the right drivers, and we had Evinrude.
We did it!
If you're looking for an outboard, you owe it to yourself to look at E-Techs. Visit Evinrude.com and see how E-Techs match up against all leading engines in any class you want. See for yourself that while others sacrifice performance, you'll never have to. Evinrude E-Techs accelerate faster, they run cleaner, they're easier to maintain, more reliable, and they blow every other outboard in the world right out of the water with awesome power.
Get the best outboards ever built. Evinrude E-Tech. Spend your time on the water.
Now's your chance to own the most revolutionary outboards ever built. Machines designed for power and performance, engineered to run cleaner and quieter, and built for maximum durability, quality, and reliability. E-Tech engines from Evinrude need scheduled maintenance only once every 3 years, so you spend your time on the water. There's no break-in period, no mixing gas and oil, ever. Now's the time to discover the full E-Tech lineup at Evinrude.com. From the sleek inline 40-horse all the way to the awesome 250-horse V6, Evinrude has an E-Tech built for you. This is your chance to own the high-performance outboard the boating public is raving about. Evinrude E-Tech, simply the best outboards ever built.